Gallagher, Wilkes Barre. I'm here to talk about the policy in regards to vacant properties in the city of Wilkes Barre. I'd like clarity on that because I spoke to a gentleman yesterday as I was working who told me that he called the city about an adjacent property to his where he lives. He said the grass is as tall as the shoulder. The person he spoke to said that they have to have a procedure which they send out a certified letter. If that is not answered, I guess they send out 2 to 3 certified letters over the course of time. She said it could take up to 2 to 3 months for this process to go through. If let's say it's in June and he calls, by the time this whole process is through, it's September. I mean, the grass is going to get eventually done away with if it gets cold out. So it's like, why even do this? The city took a stance against landlords with their drug dealing residents that they have, like a one-hit type policy, you're out. Why doesn't the city take a different stance as far as these vacant properties? Like, send them a certified letter, then they don't respond within 14 days, start fining them, put liens on their property or something. I think the city needs to clean up these vacant properties throughout the city because it's appalling to see the grass up to your shoulders. And I was actually walking my dogs on McLean Street and a rodent comes out of one of the houses there where the grass was this high. Actually, I called down and now the issue is corrected, but maybe the city needs to take a different stance on its policy in regards to the vacant properties in the city. Also, I came to talk about the Facebook page that the Wilkes Barre City Police do have. I think it would be an awesome idea to have the city police post daily, maybe every other day, maybe a couple times a week, wanted pictures of people that they're looking for, or people of interest on their page. I noticed Wilkes Barre Township does do this, and they seem to have great success with that. And with over 7,500 members on the Wilkes Barre Crime Watch site, I think maybe this would be help. Maybe our city police, who are already stretched thin, I know they are, this will maybe help them out because there are people out there that really do care and watch out for their neighborhoods and the city. I also like to comment about the handicapped sidewalks that were placed into Hazel Street, Blackman, and Park Ave. What's going on with them? Because they look nice, but around the sides where the curb is, they're holes. No one has, like, they cemented around it, but they haven't paved it, they haven't tarred it off. It's just like craters just sitting there. Someone's going to end up getting hurt, and that may be a lawsuit against the city or whatever the case may be. Trying to head that off. And has the city ever looked into going greener? I noticed this, I was watching an article on the History Channel the other night, or not the History Channel, Discovery Channel, about how the city of Philadelphia is using solar-powered garbage cans that actually compact the trash down, and maybe even solar panels for even this city hall, maybe to cut back on costs. Has the city ever looked into something like this? Maybe apply for grants, or why not maybe cut back on costs? They said the city of Philadelphia saves over $1 million on manpower alone, man hours collecting trash. It cuts back that much money, so now they can allocate those people elsewhere in the city. Maybe we should do that too, because have you guys ever driven down Cole Street recently? Anyone? I mean, there's trash littering the size of that, and that's supposed to be our gateway to our city, and it's disgusting. I actually was going to clean it up, but then I'm like, you know what? I pay taxes in the city. Someone else should clean it up because I pay for that. So it should be done. I mean, maybe we should look into something for putting these solar-powered garbage compactors downtown, because I notice they're just trash cans that are just wasting time, effort, and to do that. And that would be it. That's all I have.
Mr. Brown.
Mr. Gallagher, the first thing I believe you talked about was problematic properties and the grass and the weeds.
Yes.
I don't think our process takes numerous months because I know my experience. I have roughly 15 properties just in the district that I represent that I've contacted City Hall asking for either a health inspector or code inspector. And they've come out, and what they've done is they've cited these people, and then we've had people come out and actually do the cleanup work, and we charge the people that own the properties or whatever, the banks, whatever. But I know it has not taken months as far as the properties, at least that I've identified through the people that I represent. So there is a process that we follow. I don't know if the process is being followed in that particular building you're talking about, but we have cleaned up several buildings in the last several weeks, especially since these summer hire people have started. They started about 2-3 weeks ago, and they're dedicated to taking care of a lot of the properties that myself, the other 4 council members have identified. So we've gotten a lot of things cleaned up with them. Not as much as we'd like to have, but there's been an impact on it. So there is a process, Mr. Gallagher, that we do follow for that, and it doesn't take months.
Is that what I mean, because this is what this lady told this gentleman. So, I mean, if you're talking about every 2 to 3 weeks you have to send out a certified letter, I mean, and she said 2 or 3. I mean, you're talking about almost 2.5, 3 months.
I have not experienced that. I've experienced within, I would say most of the time, within the week, 10 days, we've had action on these properties.
If you give one of us the address of that, especially that one you talked about when you're walking your dog, I'm sure we can.
Well, it's now cleaned up, because I actually, after I seen the rat come out and almost bite my dog, I called down the city the next day. I mean, it did take a couple of days, but I actually drove by that on the way down.
They are doing that. I mean, we've had several incidents that way. So if you do come across them, let us know right away. One of us will make sure you pass it along. That they are doing a good job on when you get to them.
Maybe Mrs. McCormick could explain.
It's sad that property owners don't take care of their own property, that we would have to go out and take care of it for them, but
well, what is the actual policy that this city actually?
They do cite them, I do know that. It doesn't take all that long.
Mrs. McCormick, what is it, 5 days to make? Would you mind explaining that, please?
Sure. The letter goes out certified, and it's a, once the receipt comes back, it's a return receipt requested. As soon as that comes back, the 5 days begin, and the property owner has to clean up their property in that amount of time. If not, then they're cited. We go out, again, with summer kids, and cut down the high weeds and grass, and then also charge the property owner the amount of time, money based on the time that was spent. So I don't know
what
what
the
this
letter
is
comes
about,
back and
the
says
2 or
receipt?
3 letters.
If the letter comes back and says.
I'm not
it's
sure.
accepted.
I'm not sure.
Because that's what's happening
That's
more
what
often,
I'm
is
asking.
the receipt coming back.
Well, we
Nobody
just
nobody
had-
picks up the mail.
Oh, I don't know. There are 50 properties on the list, and they've already cut
Oh,
down.
yeah, you, I've been contacting you, you've been doing a great job. Andrew's been doing a
Let
great
us
job.
know if we come across them. We're doing the best we can with the name.
Well, what about the code enforcement of the city? I mean, do they drive around the city daily? And actually, I mean, because they can find things daily, just driving up and down these streets, and cite people left and right, and I don't know why they're not doing it.
Well, I'm sure they probably have, between the rental inspections and the building inspections and those types of things, I'm sure they have quite a bit to cover. The wanted pictures, I think it's a good idea.
I'll pass it on to you.
Department. And the high curbs, we talked about it on Tuesday, the ADA new ramps, that's preparation work, I believe, for some street paving work that's going to be done in those particular areas. That's why it appears as though the surrounding.
Well, maybe they should put like something, like making people aware.
I think it's going to happen very quickly.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
It's been like that for like, they've been done for almost a week, 2 weeks, and I think Sean Hazel Black.
Well, we're glad they get paid. And maybe you're right, some sort of
Maybe they should
skills
still
put in there. And the solar panels and those types of things are all part of the Johnson Control.
That's way over his 5 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah. Year or so, with the new LED lights, and they're going to be doing some solar work, I believe, at the Public Works garage.
Right.
Solar panel work there, large flat roofs, to save energy there.
What about,
Water collection.
what about for the city hall?
We don't have trouble keeping the water from coming in, let alone.
Well, after they, after they do that work.
First, we gotta do the chemtrails and blocking our sun. People wait to fuck up.
But we are working. on
Look
those
out there
green
now.
initiatives. There's a large.
You see any sun?
5 to 6
The
years
Herbie
now.
line, and it's disabled.
All good ideas. I've seen those solar cans.
I haven't, I'm sorry, I haven't been here in a while. I haven't been in a while too. I'd like to say I like the way you remodeled the place.
Thank you.